Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from the St. Louis Park Rec Center. It's Hockey Night in Minnesota, presented by Tradition Companies. Along with Mike Greenlay, I'm Pete Wagner. Our first matchup, Mike, we got a dandy, the defending class state champions in the 1A, Mahtomedi Zephyrs, taking on the Medill St. Margaret's Red Knights, a team that hasn't been to the state tournament since 2012. They've had some talent along the way. They feel like they have a team right now that can make a statement and possibly pop through in the Section 6 AA this year.
Yeah, we're going to see, early on in the season here, and oddly enough, I feel funny saying that early on in the season in the middle of January or the end of January.
Exactly.
But this is early on in the season. You know, it really tells you a lot about who did their work in the off season. I know coaches look for that when the players are practicing, but we look for that in the games as well to see who is shooting pucks in their garage, who was doing some extra running and extra working out. So good to see two teams here that are going to battle really hard.
The Red Knights move from left to right across your screen in their white and red sweaters, and the Zephyrs on the puck as they work across the line. Newbeck plays in deep. From the left point, that's going to be Dardis. The brother of goaltender Ben Dardis, Grant, plays that one deep. Callahan is muscled off. Now it's going to be handled by the Zephyrs of Mahtomedi. Back in off the end boards, J.D. Metz. Who can forget about the state tournament he had for this championship team last year? That was just an absolutely dramatic final from the XL Energy Center. The last event I had been at that actually had spectators at it before the whole COVID thing shut things down. Bassan fans on that one through center. It's Callahan, D to D. Sarsland, nice escape there. Whacked at by Conley and sent back to center. Callahan now across the line for the Red Knights. He's going to carry this one deep into the corner. He's wedged wide by Grant Dardis. Out front it goes. Marshall takes a poke at the line. Now it's Yakish to regroup. Oop, caught himself offside there. 16:05 to go, period number one.
Nice speed early, some smart plays early as well too. Grant Dardis, who you mentioned, brother of goaltender, he's kept the puck in really well on a speedy play to keep the puck in, and you could tell that he used his speed very well because he got back into the play, jumped down a couple times to offer support, jumped back again a couple times as well. So obviously a very speedy player that uses that to his advantage.
Very active indeed. Now it's Nick Mikan, the rangy winger, to the corner. Of course, he of the George Mikan fame and his family. His father Mike in the stands. I mistook him as a Mahtomedi fan. Sorry, Mike. I know when you watch the replay, but you were blending in quite well. Back up, it's Jonah Mortensen. Really had a nice start to this season for the Red Knights. Big power forward, carries wide to the backhand. Dardis to save the rebound. Puck's loose behind the net. That one's off a pair of skates. That's Ellings in front now. It's going to be Mortensen from the corner.
Well, Ellings really forechecked hard so much that, look, he didn't get a penalty there because he mowed down the goaltender going right through the blue paint.
In the old days, that would have been a great play. Now it's going to be Thompson with it. Believe me, I know you knew that. Thompson into the breadbasket of Dardis. He'll hang on.
I just call those the days.
I
don't call them the old days.
Yeah.
I just call those the days.
That's right.
But that was a good power move by Mortensen, as the big center, 6 feet, 200 pounds, and he used all of that size, got himself to the front of the net in a good opportunity. But right after that is when Ellings crashed the goaltender, and he was fortunate to stay out of the box on that one.
I did a podcast with Ken Pauley last night. We talked about depth and how important it is to have not one, two, but three, and even a fourth line. And I think he likes the depth he has at this hockey club. Each line has a little bit of a different element to it. This third line now we'll get to see with Gearin and company, and the Zephyrs can say the same thing. Jeff Poschel's teams always play a disciplined brand. They're always in position, and they cover up defensively through the three zones. Gearin will play that one through as it's Herod with the body. And now into the corner it goes. Herod checked on the play. That's Ristow on it. His brother, of course, Zach, played on this edition a few years ago for the Red Knights. Off the glass to center. Draghi was there. Now it's going to be Callahan to regroup at his own zone. He looks up ice off the stick of Peter Geertsen, and no ice on the play.
To your point, you can already see the discipline of Mahtomedi. Just a quick change right there. Got fresh bodies out on the ice and trying to take advantage of a lack of a change on the other side.
Play a very patient game. Big check at center. Yakish not the biggest player, but he's not afraid to throw the leather from time to time. Conley will play this in across the line. It's good at the line. It's Marshall to play deep, and turning back is Grant Dardis. Calm player cycles it up to the near boards. It's Doggett with it. Jammed on the play by Marshall. Now Bassan to an open wing. Off the boards, it's going to be Dardis once again. That's off the stick. That could have been a costly turnover there for BSM, but back the other way they go. It's going to be Mets.
Yeah, just really playing the risk-reward game right there. He was not only moving backwards when he made that sauce pass across the middle. If he would have made it, maybe it would have broken his team out of the zone. But those are the kind of little details that you look for from players, even smart ones. Sometimes make a play across the middle, and you can be sure his coach is going to say something in his ear when he gets back to the bench.
No question. There's Callahan stepping up at the play of the blue liner. He's going to hustle back. I mentioned to you in the pregame before you and I got on the air. Red Knights D-men are not afraid to jump into the fray offensively, to become an extra option in the offensive zone.
Gotta love the puck support. If you can have that, if you have that type of team.
That shot hits Mikan on the way in off his wheels into the corner. It goes. It's going to be Duxon with it. Ooh, look out! That hits the official. That's part of the game, folks. That's over the outstretched stick of Callahan. You know how the benches always complain, get out of the way.
Well,
and then I say don't hit him.
Yeah, he's smart, and boy,
I know.
That caught him right in the midsection, and he's still shaking that one off.
Catching the wind. Now it's Sarsland with it. The CC commit to the near boards. Now it's picked up off the carom. Through center. That's going to be Cav Brunner with it behind the net. Now on the chase. Good jump on that puck on the forecheck by the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. Up to the line, it's going to be Brunner. That gets through. Look out, there's Limesand. Rebound, he's there to get that corner of the post covered and back out through the zone. They go with Ellings. He's got wheels. He's going to take it wide, but he's going to be angled. Oh, nifty play up the board. Stays on it. That shot goes over the top of the goal and all the way up into the center ice area. There's a body check by Guerin. Mikan was going to change, and quickly the man coming on for him had to hop on, and Peter Geertsen to keep the too many men from happening. Back in behind the net it goes. It's going to be the Zephyrs in control. Harrod is there. Now into the skates and played out neatly into center. Thompson comes over to cut that off. Just a junior. He's got the frame of a senior. Big frame out there for sure. Sent back to the line and in deep by the Zephyrs. Not all the way though for Ethan Peterson. And off the end boards it goes. The Zephyrs were playing a very difficult schedule this year, Mike. They opened with Hill Marie, a 2-1 loss. That was at the St. Croix Valley Rec Center. We had that here on the MN Hockey TV on Saturday night. They've got Benilde St. Margaret's here. And then Hill Marie again later on in the year. They've got St. Thomas Academy, Eden Prairie. St. Thomas Academy a couple of times. Hastings is a good squad. So they've got a challenging schedule which will prepare them for the playoffs. Nice blocker pad save there.
Can't be the best unless you're beating the best. And if you compete all season long against those teams, you make yourself that much better of a hockey team. And I know it can be tough, game in and game out, having to face deep teams like that. But it definitely makes you better.
You were channeling my guy Ric Flair. There's a shot that's wide. In order to be the man, you got to beat the man.
Woo!
That's right. There it is. Got to get one of those in tonight, right?
It would take me a long time to grow that kind of head of hair.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wish I had that hair, if I had any. Now it's going to be Callahan off the boards through center. Conley with a nice check right in front of the penalty box. Terry Limesand sets up behind. Now Callahan outlets right wing. Marshall plays the off wing. Love having those wingers, Mike. They can open up and have more of a look at the net when they shoot. Now it's Bassan with it.
Good back check there. Brunner, or excuse me, I think it was Brunner coming back. Actually, sorry, it was Duxon. 22, not 2.
And then the Red Knights counter that with a nifty pass over the left wing side for Conley through the crease area. It goes, slot area rather. Now it's going to be, a nice feed to Dardis through center. He can move. Takes it wide to the outside. Sarsland gets a stick on him, finishes him to the corner, and they're going to play it up to the far wall. Newback is there. That's blocked away from the slot area, knocked to center, and back into the Red Knight zone off the gear of the defenseman, Dylan Duxon. Red Knights control now with Adam Marshall. He'll look over to his left, chips it over on the feed. Nice job. Ellings going to protect it, wants to take it in deep. Plays it all the way up for Thompson. Thompson guides it back in behind for Ellings. He's got Mortensen. There's size and strength on this line. Back up to Thompson. Rink wide for Yakish. He'll guide it back into the corner. Watched on the play, that's Grove as he's working on Mikan through the top of the circle area. Nice job to cut that down through the slot area and offside at the line.
Smart play there, and as you mentioned, Mahtomedi is willing to not play on their heels. I wouldn't suggest that, but they're willing to defend and defend well in order to give themselves opportunity. And the chances that they have had have been patient ones where they've seen an opportunity, crash the offensive zone a little bit, but then they get back into that structure, and right there, they forced that offside because of the fact that everyone was in position and they didn't start running around. That's the one sign of a team that doesn't defend well, is when everyone starts running around and trying to play each other's position.
It happens at the NHL level.
Oh,
I say that all the time. That's how you score, because someone's always trying to do something for somebody else. Oh, there's a feed in front. Nice stick by Yakish to break that one up as Doggett had an opportunity. Now it's Brunner with it, chips it over the near boards. This guy can fly. Peterson, I remember him state tourney last year. Oh, that one nearly found the back of the net. Big opportunity. Peterson on that puck. Now you see a little scramble here in the D zone, Mike. Kind of what you're talking about. The Red Knights get things back in order as the Zephyrs change on the fly.
Well, the best thing you can do to a team that pressures is to pressure them. They're not used to playing in their own zone that much. A team like this, they're on the push all game long.
You mentioned the Zephyrs and their patient play, and before the trap, it's not a trap. Before that was popularized by our own very own Jacques Lemaire. I always said it's Jacques Demers style of the Red Wings, because it used to be the old sit back and not fully trap, but kind of play this way and take your chances and be patient. In front, the puck rolls. There's a shot that's off the stick. Glove down. Net knocked off its posts with 7:47 to go in a scoreless, intense first period between these two teams. It's a good one.
Well, that's where bodies have to start dropping in front of the net. You get a scramble in front, you get a loose puck. You can't be watching the puck. That's the goaltender's job. As a defender, you better start dropping bodies. And a couple guys went down there, but a couple of opportunities because of players left alone at the side of the net.
That brings up a whole other topic. Another thing you see at the higher levels where guys get into all turned at puck watching. You get kind of caught into that whole thing.
It's mesmerizing.
It is, but the back door is always left open.
No question. You have to be careful what you're watching. You got to be watching the weak side of the play often enough.
Well, the smart ones will alert, and they'll get there, and they'll be ready for that at any point. That's such a critical part. So, these games are great for high school. It's a non-conference game. You've got a Metro East and West matchup between these two teams, and does it mean anything in the section standings? Not really, but quality wins do. So a win for either one of these teams is something they can put onto their mantle, especially if you're the Red Knights and you play in the Section 6AA, where they've got Edina, they've got Wayzata, they've got themselves. They've got a number of teams that they've got to work through in order to get themselves to the state tournament. So, this is an important game for both teams, even though it's early on in the year from that perspective.
Definitely. You call these builder games. This is where you build your team's personality, really. You build how hard you battle, you build the details of the game. And the other thing is that when you don't see a team very often, you have to play the game a little bit smarter. When you know a team, you know all the details about their game, you really know what to expect, and maybe you can take a little bit of a break in certain areas of the game. But you're playing a team that you're unfamiliar with, like these two are, you have to be very aware all the time.
So if you're Tonka playing Wayzata 3 times in a year, there's nothing new there. And these two teams, I can't even remember when they last played. So and that goes back a ways, believe me.
Yeah, and there's always a player or two, even though there's the scouting report on them, a player or two can always sneak in there and be a difference.
Ooh. That was a nifty move there. Sorry about that, Adam Johnson with a look.
I like to shoot from everywhere. You can't just wait for the pristine chance in front of the net. You have to shoot from the side sometimes because of, first of all, what it creates afterwards, but also you can fool goaltenders from that angle, because goaltenders are thinking, well, there's no angle to shoot from, really.
Why would you?
Why would you shoot?
Yeah.
Well, they shoot, and you maybe don't have everything squeezed as much. I've seen so many goals over the past, 10 to 15 years, it seems like players have really, with goaltenders getting better and better over that course of time, players have tried to find new ways to score goals, and they're trying to score from behind the net, the side of the net, banking it off of people. They're trying all kinds of crazy things, and they don't seem so crazy when they start working.
No, and especially I always say to shooters, shoot right at the pads if you have that angle like they did on Limestone, because like you said, they're not ready for it. Maybe they're a little more tense with their legs, and you don't know where those rebounds are going. You got to go to the net with your stick on the ice. How many times do we see second chance goals off of weird angles like that?
Very tough to control a rebound from that angle, because you can't really move that much. You don't really have that many options as a goaltender, and the puck's got to go either behind the net or back out in front.
Offside at the line, Lervik fed Yakish, and up the ice they went. And offside the call with 5:37 to go and a lightning fast first period. I got to tell you, I'm enjoying this brand. These two are really two good hockey teams here tonight.
You know what? I give maybe a couple of the better chances so far to the Red Knights, but you know, Mahtomedi has had some good pressure, and the thing is, they've probably had more sustained pressure in the offensive zone at different shifts than have Benilde St. Margaret. So it's going to be interesting to see who kind of breaks the goose eggs here.
And Mets, Peterson, and Johnson are absolutely legit. Now Sarsland's going to work a rush. He's going to be stopped at the line. Berglund comes away with it. Look out, now it's on the stick and turned back into the corner. That's Risto to play it deep behind the net. They look out front. Trolling there was Mitchell Dockman. As back in behind, now it's the Zephyrs to break out. Nothing there. Chip the glass to center as Yakish loses the handle. Puck rolls. Gains center and plays that right back in. Around the boards it comes. Near side it goes. That's going to be Peter Geertsen with it. J.D. Metz down low. Being worked on neatly there by Dockman. This Red Knight forecheck suffocating here on this shift. Now it's Herod with it to the right wing side. The outlet. Long pass to the near side, taken by Berglund. Nice job to get that one ahead. Look out, Metz is dangerous. He's driven off the puck neatly by Yakish physically, and back into center ice they go. Brunner with it, plays this one rink wide. Zephyrs to center. Metz gets a stick on that. It's going to be Yakish to regroup and survey. Plays this one over for Sarsland. Back up to center ice he goes with some room. Or check that, that's Thompson rather. Thompson now with Bassan trolling, stick save back in behind the net by Dardis. They've got Dardis listed as 32, but I had a dad tell me it's not the man you think it is, because I said, that's Rowan Appert. He said, no, that's Dardis. I said, okay, well, he's number so I'm going with that. If I'm wrong, go ahead and chirp us on the message board. Back up through center. Used to that. Now Conley with it.
You're actually requesting it?
Yeah, why not? You know, you live once, right? Conley through the phone booth, back up high. Callahan loses the handle, and that's Ethan Peterson to play it off to the right wing side. Here come the Zephyrs back up through center. This line's tired. Metz with a shot off the glass, all the way to center.
That's not one you want to miss the net on the far side like that, boy. They are fortunate to have their D back in time to be able to get that puck and turn it back the other way, but that's what causes odd man breaks right there. When you miss the net on that far side like that, it rims around the boards. It's basically a nice breakout pass for the other team.
It's absolutely a golden doily. In on goal, stick save from the long range shot. But the grade A chances, Mike, have you mentioned earlier that Red Knights might have a couple, but there haven't been a ton.
No, and both teams, and that's what you have when you have two teams that have some depth. They have some good history recently. The fact is that these teams are not going to open it up against each other. They know that could be a little bit dangerous. So they're taking care of the front of that net, which they should.
We're under 3 minutes to go here in period number 1. 2:53 showing on the clock. Red Knights and Zephyrs, Hockey Night in Minnesota, presented by Tradition Companies. Elling's in front. Ooh, he had a defenseman in Sarsland there with him. Oh, shallow angle. Big pad save as Elling's bid there on his own rebound.
Not only did he make a good move at the blue line, I mean, he got attacked very, very early in the play, and he made a good move, got a sharp angle shot, but you know what? What I love about players is when they don't quit on the play. He didn't. He stuck with it, got a rebound. Yeah, it was another sharp angle, but we just talked about that. Sharp angle shot's not a bad one, especially when you're trying to create the plays in front of the net. So a couple of good shifts there.
And he had to make a big save there, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back up through center. Yakish bumped on the play as they come together. Back in behind the puck. Travels to the near corner. It's going to be Berglund with it. Now Thompson. He'll be jammed by Decker. And back in behind the net, it's going to be Thompson once again. Plays off the boards. Mikan with a big reach. Ooh, plays it to safety. Foot race. He's held up by Brenner, but off he goes. Pad save, a big rebound.
What a switch there by the D. Smart play. You know, one of the guys got beat a little bit. They switched, took each other's position there. What a smart play defensively.
I think Jeff Poschel was gritting ear to ear off that Ben Dardis save as he made that patter standing up, old school, just took it and turned it off to the right side. That looked like Mike Palmatier.
Mike Palmatier. I used to live in Toronto. I got to watch Mike, the Popcorn Kid. to watch Mike Palmatier play, boy. And I know that
kid.
a good portion of people that are listening probably don't know who the heck Mike Palmatier is, but he's a goaltender for the Toronto Maple Leafs way back when. And by the way, he was one of the early goaltenders that actually created some of the
Scores from up high. That Sarsland snuck that one through. I think Dardis was screened. We'll get a look at this one on the replay, Mike.
Might have caught someone on the far side of the net and deflected in. Because this shot looked like it was going wide, and I think it might have hit a couple of the players in front of the net.
It was Ryan Guerin. I heard him say 15 from 6 and 18, so that's Guerin with his goal on that one for the Red Knights.
That's why you go to the front of the net. He's causing all kinds of problems for the defender in front of the net. And the goaltender, he sees a shot that's going wide. Well, it hits someone, and it banks into the net.
Off to the left wing side. Here come the Red Knights off the draw. Bassan knocked away from him. That might be Guerin's first goal of the year. We'll give it a listen. Guerin gets the goal from Sarsland and Risto, and they lead 1-0. Back up through center, fighting through the check is Peterson. Blows it up, sticked aside by, oh, look out, look out! Limestone had to kind of recover as it took the funny carom off the glass and started working its way back toward the net.
Stanchions are not goaltenders' friends, I'll tell you that.
Have you noticed it when they went to the seamless, and everybody's getting concussions and shoulders and all that stuff, and then they switch back to the stanchions.
Yeah.
It's made the game for me more interesting because you never have true rings or rebounds off those things.
I'll tell you what, never trust a dump in when you're a goaltender, especially one that's, I mean, if it's up on the glass, you almost like forget about it.
Well, if they zing one in hard on that dump in to get it over to the right wing side.
That's different, but then you can't get to it anyway.
Yeah, because now you're thinking, up front, there's a chance. Oh, that took Limestone high off the shoulder area. Indeed, what a save. That's a positional save too there,
well,
Mike.
You know what? That's a positional and a size save. I mean, he had an upright body on that save. Otherwise, that's a top shelfer. This is a good hard shot, and he had a good vertical upright body there. If he's slouching down or crouching too much, that baby's up under the bar.
Draghi had that chance. That's off a skate of Callahan. That came in off the stick of Grant Dardis. 37 to go in the period. Laid over to the left wing side. Now Ellings will muscle his way behind the net, speeds away. He's got some great wheels here tonight.
I'll tell you what, I'm really liking him a lot. And I haven't seen any of these kids play, but I'll tell you what, he's showing me a lot. 17 Ellings. He's got a lot of aggressive play so far in this game.
His confidence growing and growing here this year. I've seen him play better and better the first two games, and this is even picking up from where he left off. Senior year asserting himself. Back in behind the net it goes. Dardis now with 5 seconds. They're just going to protect. Plays it over to the right wing side. That's going to do it for the first period. And a penalty back in behind the play. Offensive zone penalty. They're going to have a rough as a man was piled up. Was that Mortensen? I think they are going to call that penalty on, or Mike, and one of the two.
A little bit of a late hit there. And as you mentioned, it was kind of a nothing play. They were going to chip the puck out of the zone, and the seconds were winding down and take a penalty. And so
we're going to go 11 white, 2 minutes for roughing.
Yeah, that's going to be Mike and for a
11
rough.
white, 2 minutes for roughing.
But you're right. As the time's going down there, you don't want to start up with a special team fest and put the power play intact. But nonetheless, a great period for these two teams. Mike, your impressions?
Oh, I love it.
First game back for high school this year. Thoughts?
You know what? I'm glad to be able to sit in here and watch it. I mean, I know that's not a luxury for everybody, but these kids, they're just so it seems so much more mature at their age than so many years ago. I mean, they just know what's at stake, so they skate hard. They've got a lot of skill. There's some good size out there. And boy, what an entertaining first period.
It's been great. Red Knights lead 1-0 on a goal by Ryan Guerin. We're going to take a break. Hockey Night Minnesota, presented by Tradition Companies, continues right after this.
And as a family of Minnesota-based companies working for good in our communities. Visit us at traditioncompanies.com to learn more. Hockey, a tradition like no other. Visit traditioncompanies.com for more information on how we can assist you with your land development, financial services, and home building needs.
Welcome back to the St. Louis Park Rec Center. Along with Mike Greenlay, I'm Pete Wagner. The Red Knights of Adult St. Margaret's hosting the Mahtomedi Zephyrs in a non-conference affair. 1-0 the score. Power play will be starting up the period, Mike.
That'll be interesting. It's the first penalty that we've had in this hockey game, and it happened, I think, at the very last second, or even after time it had expired. So it'd be interesting to see how Mahtomedi, who's had some good opportunities in this game, let's see how they control the play, control the offensive zone.
As we start the second period, hello to Noah Peterson and Nolan Dimitri cheering on for Mahtomedi. Patrick Lilia, one of our guys, is on board. I know Dan Wurst is trying to work in his message board work. There's a chance in front that just misses the mark. Now the Red Knights will find it and chip it to center. Here come the Zephyrs to regroup with Adam Johnson. He's going to leave off. Bassan, nice read there to force Metz a little bit. Metz will lay it back over to the near side. It's going to be Peterson with it. He's going to use the feet. Oh, nice job to subtly get away from Bassan. Play to the high stick. And back into the Red Knight zone we go.
Well, this will be an opportunity for Mahtomedi to actually control the zone. That great opportunity that we just saw, that was off a line rush, which is fine. I mean, but you want to control the play in the offensive zone, set it up, and go to work on what you've worked on in practice. So we'll see if they're able to set it up here.
Face-off win by the Red Knights. That's Mortensen in the squared circle. Back up to the line. It's going to be Johnson back in. All the way to the near boards it goes. Nice job to cut that off. Checked on the play as Draghi. And the Red Knights find an opening and send it down. On the puck now, it's going to be Metz. He's going to regroup. Red Knights are going to be very patient, taking the neutral away, giving them the zone out. Nice move around one man. Johnson carries us deep in front. Back in. Oh, that one through the goal mouth area. Played back in behind. There's a puck that's off Thompson's skates back into the neutral zone, and all the way into Mahtomedi territory it goes. 45 to go on the power play. They're going to work it up to the right wing side. That's off the stick. That was Ellings. And now it's Grove with it. In front of the penalty box area. Oh, nice job to wait on that as they're changing.
Too many men.
They say too many.
Yeah, a little bit premature off the bench. And when you come off the bench, if you play the puck and your teammate hasn't jumped over the board yet.
On the ice.
We have a bit of a roster. What did he say?
Well, number 7 is playing not. I'm just I'm double checking here just to be sure that we're.
The real number 7 is out of the lineup, and he said there might be scouts watching him tonight, so he wanted to make sure he wasn't being confused. And we'll find out. We'll get the name on that for sure. Now Metz back up through center. We're 4-on-4 for 18. Then the Red Knights will get to put their power play into full force. Back up to the line. They dust it off. That one wide of the mark. Carry him to the near boards. Red Knights wanted to spin a man. That's Marshall from the left wing side. He's got a man in front. That's Sarsen. Instead he turns high in the slot. Conley knocked away from him, and Dardis makes a save as he sticks that away over the top of the goal. Nice chance by Marshall. Red Knights find him power play for $1.22 for Vanille St. Margaret's. Marshall will slowly play it to the right wing side up for Sars. A nice job to adjust on the one-timer there. That thing was in the wickets. Did a nice job to get it in on goal. Cleared the length of the ice now by the Zephyrs. Sarsland now with 1:04 to go. The power play. Off the boards for Conley. He'll gain the line. Leaves for Marshall. Nice job with the stick there by Duxon to break that up. Now it's Callahan, the veteran captain. Plays this one up to the line for Sarsland. The snapper traffic in front. That's a stick save to Dardis. He'll clamp down on that one, albeit momentarily, but enough to get the whistle.
Well, not much for the Zephyrs on their power play opportunity. The only 2 chances they really had were off of the line rush. never were able to set it up.
Shots on goal after the first period from Craig Roberts, the information director of the Red Knights. 12-7 in favor of Benilde St. Margaret's. Make sure we put that into the play. Now the Red Knights, backdoor, it's fanned on, up to Sarsland, shot off the carom. He hits the window as the carom is going to be gathered in and cleared the length of the ice. On that play for the Zephyrs was Dylan Duxon. Now it's going to be handled by Marshall, back in behind the net. And there's a big check. Sarsland comes together with Metz. And now Conley, oh, nice feed in front, reaching back, and Dardis got out close to that opportunity, deflected it up with the stick. We're 5-on-5, and icing will be the call with 13:22 to go in the period.
Well, we sorted out the number situation, I think.
Actually, it's as is on the line chart, I believe.
Okay.
Little on-air production meeting for you here.
You're trying to keep us honest.
Absolutely. Face off, 50-50 puck. Who wants it? Red Knights, quick shot. Mike, a nice job to fish. Quick motion there, Mike, to get that in on goal, and Dardis was equal to the test.
You got to be careful how you tie up off the face-off. The puck squirted loose.
Now it's going to be Yakish with it. Loses the handle. He'll backpedal into the neutral zone. Looked at Thompson for a minute. Nice job on the pressure, forcing them back with Ty Decker. Now it's going to be Ellings. He'll race into this puck. Carries it deep in front. Oh, what a save. A good one there. Dardis gets the pillows down. Thompson plays it low. This is 5-on-5 as they collapse down to the Zephyrs. Cleared through the neutral zone. It's going to be Thompson to regroup in his own zone for the Red Knights as he looks to his right. Now Thompson.
There's Grant Ellings again creating that play. And every time he's out there, he seems to create some kind of an offensive play. And that one was a beauty centering feed.
Now Mortensen in front. That one's deflected wide. Ellings camping up in front of the goal mouth area. Kind of reminds me of a nice shot there up high, handled by Yakish by Dardis. Kind of reminds me of a poor man's Ryan Smith, sort of, with the way he can do a lot of things. He can handle the puck. He can create stuff out of the corners. Then he's not afraid to go to the front of the net and do some dirty work there too.
Yeah, you got to take a beating every once in a while to get around the front of the net. And he's definitely shown no shyness about getting to the blue paint. Nice setup there on the feed in front and a great save by the Zephyrs goaltender.
Stacy and Abby Jeffers watching on from Inver Grove Heights. Hello to you. Keith from, I believe it's Robers, Wisconsin, also on board tonight. Keep him coming. John Sands, our director, back in the studios, will take care of things as he's taking care of the highlight clips on Twitter for us. Now Callahan reaches too far into the neutral zone. Played rink wide. That's Lervik. Played that one over for Callahan. Back in the neutral zone, right on the tape there for Grove. And the Red Knights, Lervik will come back away with it. Plays that one ahead too far. That was reached for by Risto. He has an assist tonight. Bounding puck now for Barine. Plays this one rink wide. And gathered in. Play to the left wing side. Here they come. Quick snapper. Puck's loose. Oh, and a defensive play by Callahan deflects that one away. Big opportunity there for the Zephyrs. We remain 1-0. Red Knights 11.5 to go in the second period. Up through center ice on the puck. It's Risto with it. Geertsen shots deflected. Karam to the far boards. Gearin. Risto supports. Nifty job there. He's bothered by Metz. And it's going to be a loose puck. No, they're going to go 4-on-4 battle off the far wall. Uh-oh, there's a penalty. They'll probably give him a board for that one. About 10 years ago, Mike, that would have been 5 and 10, but they'll probably go the board. It's kind of calmed down a little bit.
Well, you didn't have a lot of spacing between him, the player, and the board, so it was a bit of a push, but it wasn't egregious, like from 3 or 4 feet out or anything. So he'll get the gate there for a couple minutes, and I'm starting to see some penalties roll up now as both teams trying to find some sort of difference in their game, and usually that's you do that by playing a little bit more physical, and we're starting to see some power plays now. We'll see if that makes a difference. So far in this second period, it's been mostly all Red Knights. They've done a very good job of knocking down taking that penalty kill right off the hop, and then taking the momentum of the game.
Johnson's shots deflected, and you can see these power plays can make a difference as far as offensive confidence. From the top of the right circle, second opportunity now for the Zephyrs. They're 0 for 1 with it. Back in behind. That's on the stick of Charlie Draghi. He's checked on the play. And now it's going to be handled in the corner by Ethan Peterson.
Well, a good save there. Freezes the play up because outnumbered in front of the net. You know, when you're running a power play, you have to be willing to do some work along the wall as well. You can't just simply think that you're going to have the opportunity to pass it around the pinwheel. It's not going to be that simple.
Yeah, it's not the tic-tac-toe that you're used to seeing. There's a one-timer that's blocked up high.
You have to use that man advantage, that extra man, to help you win those battles in some of those corner areas.
Create the 2-on-1s all over the rink. That's the idea. You got to move and you got to get open. That chance is knocked away, and back into Zephyr territory it goes. Pushed over to the right wing side. It's going to be Johnson to regroup. Johnson now back up through center. Sarsland takes a poke at that. Now it's Bassan. Here he comes. And nice job. Metz wasn't going to let him have it. Metz backs in and forces Bassan to just play it to the near boards, but 27 to go in the power play. Back and across the line. Johnson's shot's blocked by Sarsland. Back in behind. Johnson controls. Looks back up for Dardis. Rolling puck. Controls to the near side. Now it's Grove with it. Tried to play it low. Fanned on there off the end line by Peterson around the wall. Now Dardis controls. 7 to go with the man advantage. Deflected. That one just wide of the mark. Puck to the near boards. On it now, it's Grove. Grove will play this one back off the corner. Now the Red Knights are at full strength as Mikan hops on off the bench. He'll gather it in behind the net. Puts on the brakes. Nice job. The winger looked like a defenseman on that. Impressive. Now it's going to be Bassan with it. Back up through center. Check thrown in front of the bench area. Yakish now. He'll accelerate. Back in across the line. Yakish forced into the corner. Good defensive posture by the Zephyrs as there's Ellings to gather in. Plays this one up to the line. There's Thompson off the end boards. The puck will be played back over to the near side. Once again, it's handled by Mikan. Now Mortensen checked on the play by Grove. And now it's going to be Yakish to play this one back into the corner. Glove down. Yakish, roller. He's going to just chip it back in behind the hard ring. Mikan plays the body. Thompson, the quick wrister. That's off the stick of Neubeck. He's bumped by Mortensen. Puck sits free as they battle one-on-one. Some help comes in for the Red Knights and Mikan. Mortensen fishes out of the corner, down to the knees. A few young kids at home that are the Mites. Now you know why the coaches make you go knees and up. They're going to play this one back into center. Thompson to the near side. Yakish across the checkered. He'll look for help down the middle, and Mortensen instead loads up. Scores! Oh, what a play there by Yakish as he buries for the Red Knights to make it 2-0.
Well, this is a good move. I mean, he could have taken the easy route and stayed wide, but instead he cuts to the middle, and by doing so, he creates that traffic and the screen in front of the goaltender, and the goaltender definitely would want to have this one back because it slipped underneath him. But I have to say that was a very good offensive move to cut to the middle of the ice and use everyone as a screen.
That would be the old making something of nothing.
Well, yeah. I mean, I said a lot of guys would have taken the wide circuitous route there, but he certainly didn't. He went right to the middle of the ice.
7:27 to go. Robin Cook on the call from the press box or the penalty box area. The PA address announcer here for the Red Knights. There's a shot in on goal. And that's held on to by Limesand.
Well, most of the pressure in this second period has been with the Red Knights. They killed that penalty off, killed a couple off actually. And now they're using their size really well. A couple of good plays there.
Well, folks, we're back in the third period. The internet got yanked from us. We'll just leave it at that. Welcome to the wonderful world of streaming, Mike. There's a lot of crap your headset. We're gonna paint the picture here. What did we miss while we were off the air for like the last 10 minutes? Like 3 goals? Or?
You know what, Pete? That was the best 5 minutes of color commentary I've ever done.
I know.
And we're off. And we're off the air. Come on, man.
And the best part is I'm just completely like frazzled that you're covering. You're getting it done. Oh,
I'm kidding.
Anyway,
but you know what they did miss was a heck of a lot of pressure by the Zephyrs. I mean, Mahtomedi did not just say, well, it's 3-0. Let's just pack our tents.
Get out of
here.
They
pressured. Yeah. They skated hard. They got a little bit more physical. They got the puck deep a few times. They had some great opportunities. And finally, near the end of the period here, they put one in to make it 3-1. So we got a hockey game here because if they can carry that momentum into the third period, it could be interesting.
Red Knights had a great goal from Yakish. He didn't have much as he was going toward the net. I think we were still on at that point. As he had a look, he got it into the back of the net. Ben Dardis is a great goaltender. He had to earn that one. And then they had a great effort by Bassan, right down, stick on the ice, right on top of the crease area before the blue paint. Right what you want to do if you're a power forward like he is in front. Taps it home. It's now 3-1. The Zephyrs with a late goal, which was huge in the final minute.
Well, the Red Knights have done one thing they've done really well is had good presence in front of that net in the offensive zone. They've got some sizable guys, not easy to move. Zephyrs have a couple of smallish, albeit speedy, but smallish type defenders and it's tougher to move some of those big fellas out from in front of the net. So the Red Knights taking advantage of that and getting some guys to the middle of the ice, getting guys to the top of the crease. We've seen it right from the first minute when Grant Ellings ran goaltender Dardis into his own net early in the hockey game, and Ellings has been a beast all game long, and they've done a very good job of just being around the front of the net, and that's how you score goals.
We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have more coming up. High school hockey continues its Hockey Night in Minnesota, presented by Tradition Companies, right here at the mnhockey.tv.
Hockey, a tradition like no other. Visit us at traditioncompanies.com to learn more. Hockey, a tradition like no other. Visit traditioncompanies.com for more information on how we can assist you with your land development, financial services, and home building needs.
we welcome you back to the St. Louis Park Rec Center. I think we have everything worked out. The Red Knights now lead in shots on goal, 25-14, and on the all-important scoreboard, as our guy Bob Kurtz would say, 3-1.
Absolutely, and the pressure that Mahtomedi put on late in that period actually showed me something from them. We'll see if they can carry that here into the third period. That's going to be a big question mark because they don't have a ton of time to defend, and see if they can win this one. They have to keep pressuring, use their speed, and see if they can find a way to connect on a couple of those chances that they had in the second period, because they had a couple that likely should have gone in, but just either underneath the stick or just fanning on shots. See if they can connect here and make it really interesting.
We are back underway here to start the third period. Very important goal for the Zephyrs to put themselves back into this hockey game. A little bit less of the mountain to climb at 3-0. First game for the Red Knights against the St. Michael Albertville Knights. Saw the Red Knights jump out to a 5-0 lead, gave up a couple of goals, and Ken Pauley was not pleased with what he felt his team taking their foot off the gas. Easy to do at any level.
It's not a habit you want to get into, especially when you start facing deeper teams.
Ooh, see that Karen for Dardis? Nice job to stay focused on that. Puck comes back up through center ice now on it. Zephyrs with it, that's Beersdorf. And it's played to center ice. Shoved back in by Brunner. And at the line, sent in again by Duxon. Cut off by Limesand, and the Red Knights outlet to the right wing side. Callahan guides us back into the corner. Yakish is there. Yakish surveys the scene. He'll hang on to it. Looks ahead too far for Marshall. That's going to be an icing call. We'll bring it back into Red Knight territory. We'll face off at 15:37 to go.
See what kind of posture the Red Knights have in this period, because they've gained the lead in this hockey game by pressuring, by using their size, and as you mentioned, sometimes teams that have pressured all game long and have the lead, somehow they get this thought in their head that, well, now all we have to do is defend. So essentially changing the style of play that they put out there. So we'll see what kind of pressure they put out.
Right, Mike? How that's, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump in. There's a chance in front. Another one, Lions chance shuts the door. It's crazy how that mentality can slip in. I don't care what sport it is, where whether you're in baseball, you kind of let off the sticks.
It's almost
or
like
football, you go into prevent D and all that.
It's almost
stuff.
like they feel that what they did to get there isn't something that you can continue doing. It's as if they feel like they're taking some kind of a risk. But we've seen all game long that with the pressure that they've put on, Mahtomedi's had to really work hard to earn any chances that they've gotten. So we'll see what type of mentality they bring here.
Puck is sent into the corner, off the glass. On that play for the Zephyrs is Doggett. Right there was Callahan. Check that. Bristow broke the twig. Didn't like what happened there, and he'll leave the remnants on the ice. Inside out they go. Nifty move there by Geertsen, but that's going to be played away to the glass by Doggett. Now it's going to be Callahan to the corner. James Callahan tries to submarine the check of Brunner, who said no. Now it's going to be too far for Sarsland, who plays this one rink wide. And up through center, it's going to be Ellings. He'll have to retreat as he mishandled there. You better hurry, Mets can really move. And does he do that? Now to the left wing, it's going to be held in. Nice job at the line. To the corner it goes. They look out front, loose puck.
That was a hope pass right there.
Yeah, hope and a prayer.
Yeah, it was in the corner.
Look out, here they come. And on goal to the back end. Scores! Ethan Peterson, turnover. Forehand to backhand, 3-2.
Front, but a loose puck in the zone.
6 from 10, 6 from 10.
A loose puck in the zone was able to be gathered up by Johnson. Peterson basically had a one-on-one with the goaltender, and he makes a nice forehand backhand move and puts it through the goaltender, and oh boy, we have a hockey game now.
Indeed we do. Plenty of time. We're just about 3 minutes into this third period, 14:05.
Two unanswered here by Mahtomedi, starting with last period, the end of last period.
Two guys are going to go. Coincidentals here. It looks like Yakish is going to be joined in the box by the Zephyrs, Tony Newbeck. And don't underestimate the saves that Limesand made midsection of the second and into the latter stages. A couple early ones here. He's been really good as the Zephyrs are continuing to find their legs here in the third period.
5 and 16, both minors for high sticking. So we're going to stay 5 on 5. Nothing goes on the board. 5 on 5.
We don't need to do our job. It's beautiful.
Yeah. We should mic those guys up more often.
They were really worried about that being there. They said, uh-oh, we got to watch what we say. Over to the right wing side. That's chipped off the boards in front of the Zephyrs bench area. The 5 on 5 continues now. Adam Johnson wide in front. He had his man there in Peterson. Now it's back up to the center ice area with Bassan. Bassan lays ahead for Conley. Conley back into the corner. Nice job as he protects the puck. Steered away. And now they're going to regroup the center. Conley again. Conley lays that one over for Callahan. Nice job there. And it's gloved down by Grant Dardis. Now Callahan with it. Oh, nifty little toe pull there. From toe to heel. Backhand to the corner. Bumped on the play. That by Herod. Now it's the Zephyrs. Nice job to play it out of the zone as they race up the left wing side. On the puck, that's going to be Duxon behind the net. He'll cycle it. He's jammed by a pair of Red Knights. That was Marshall and Thompson. Far side they go. It's going to be picked up by Callahan. He'll play it up ahead. Conley content to chip in as that's away from Doggett. He'll go back in behind the net and gather. Doggett looks up ice. Off the boards it goes. Played back over to the outside. That's handled by Bulachin, and now it's up to the neutral zone. Mortensen chips for Mikan, kicked away. Up high to the neutral, away from Lervik as he'll regroup. Back over to the far side. Now it's Sarsland with it. Sarsland cuts to the left. Nice job there. He can create. Sarsland down low. Ooh, try to tuck it behind. Dardis was there. They'll play it off the glass. Sarsland gets it back as he retreats to the top of the blue line. Bumped off the end boards. Ellings will gather in back in behind the net. He's watched on the play by Doggett. There's a slapper that's turned aside. Nice pad save as it snuck through. Dardis saw it all the way. Checked on the play is Mikan off the end boards. Red Knights continue to hound. Now it's Mortensen with it. This is where they go to work on this line with the forecheck. Sarsland shots off the glass. Carry him all the way over to the far side. Valencian was there. Now back in behind again. Now winning the race. It's going to be Ellings. Ellings up to the line with Sarsland. This is 5 on 5, folks. Looks like a power play. Gets back to Mike when you were talking about earlier when you start to chase in your own zone.
I think the Red Knights woke up a little bit here. They realized that there's a momentum shift and they needed to turn it back the other way.
That's the shift you need to have to gain it. Yep. And that was done very, very well.
There's a lot of energy in the Zephyrs step after that second goal.
Here come the Zephyrs, picked off by Callahan. Nice read there, went center field on that one. Oh, nifty play. Bassan opened up some real estate there at the subtle move with the stick there, top of the circle, deflects up and out of play. On the Zephyrs, picked off by Callahan. Nice read there, went center field on that one.
The stick in the way of that what that looked like would be a point blank shot.
Turned away by Bassan, off the boards to the end wall. Now Marshall, look out. Oh, he wanted to go against the grain. That slapper by Yakish was blocked up high by Adam Johnson. Bench loved it. Back in behind they go now. The Zephyrs chip over to the right wing side. Nice job by Marshall. He's been active here in this hockey game. Oh, look out. He can fly. Peterson, though. Limesand wins the foot race. Plays back up to the neutral zone. Gathered in there by Newbeck. Newbeck watched by Yakish. Newbeck will try to muscle it down the wall. And they're going to play this all the way around to the right wing side. Crashing down on the play was Grove. Back in behind, it's going to be Yakish. He sidesteps up the right wing side. Here comes the defenseman from center, plays it in deep. Off the end boards, nice little puck there for Brunner to play to the near boards. Jammed on the play is Doggett. Red Knights, Mike doing a nice job here, slowing the transitional game for the Zephyrs through center and forcing transition the other way.
They don't want to get in a track meet, and they've given up the last 2 goals in this hockey game. They certainly don't want to have this thing be a trade chances event the rest of the way.
Here's a foot race. It's Wolfsfeld with it. He goes down on the play. Ahead they go. Nice job for the Red Knights through center. Dockman, drop pass here, and a bullet over the top of the goal. The big carom now for Galenchin. That's sent back in by Draghi to the near boards. Nice positional play defensively. The Red Knights try to fish it up the near boards. Staying on that puck, that's Dockman, bounding. Still hopping around out there. Who wants it? It's going to be Gotti who comes away with it from center. Plays that one off the pads of Newbeck as he plays it with some help to center. That play by Duxon. Sarsland off his stick, sent back towards center, and Sarsland will slap it right back in as it's going to be Grant Dardis with it. 8:57 to go here in the period. Back across the line, Adam Johnson. Check that, Matt stood up on the play. Here comes Mikan, good wheels through center. Mikan, oh, nifty move, in on goal with the backhand. Oh, that one's pushed wide, and the rebound will be gathered in and played out of the zone. Fire wagon hockey here from the rec center. 2-on-3 across the line. That one misses the mark. Peterson plays back in behind, rolling puck up to the line. Peterson left circle. He'll be washed, muscled, but stays on the puck. Nice strength in the lower half by number 6 of the Zephyrs. Now Mikan gets it back, 3-on-3 through center. Good back pressure too. Mikan's shot. Nice save there. Positional, big as we talked about earlier. Dardis takes it up high.
It was right from the face-off dot. The goaltender's taught that if you're corner crease and there's a shot from the face-off dot, it takes a pretty good shot to beat you unless you're retreating. So good posture there.
Through center ice. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at MN Hockey TV, and also Tradition Companies at the Tradition Companies. Do you know the handle off the top of your head? Is it at Tradition Co?
Yeah.
Okay. At Tradition.
I'm sorry,
Co.
I was trying to see where you were going with that.
Yeah, be sure to. Oh, it's just a shameless plug in the middle of the play-by-play.
You were saying
Sucking
Tradition Companies at, and I was like, well, it's actually at something.
Yeah, at Tradition Co.
You're like.
Yeah, you're thinking I was throwing an email out.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second, man.
Email the complaint
Wrong
line to Mike
platform.
Greenlay at.
Yeah, no, you don't want to send me anything there.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, absolutely.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be turned back up ice. Callahan with it. Rister, well wide of the mark. There's Marshall to throw that one back on goal. Doggett was there. Gathered in by Yakish. Red Knights content to force the Zephyrs to go 200 feet here, the latter stages of this period with the 1-goal lead. Yakish controls. Nice shifty move there. They'll play this one down low and knocked back up into the center ice area. Yakish with it. There's a wrister in on goal, and that's held on to by Dardis as, Bassan is going to go to the net and make you pay the price. He's not afraid to do that, and he did right there.
Well, it seems like a lot more of the pressure is being put on now by the Red Knights. They've arrested some of that momentum that the Zephyrs were able to pick up. Continue to use their size. They're driving to the net, forcing the Zephyrs to have to turn and take them all the way to the blue paint. So they remembered what got them here in the first 2 periods.
And I think it's important to note they're not playing tight or panicky.
Yep.
They look comfortable. They're not playing the scoreboard, and I think that's a really important thing.
Well, when you juniors and seniors at this point, they've seen enough of high school hockey to maybe have a little bit more of that type of posture. And having the coach in your ear, reminding you that it didn't work out last time you kind of took the foot off the gas.
Well, you can't worry about things and hope things. You just do things. And I think that's how you can build yourself a championship pedigree. By the way, hello to Jamie Kastner. Good to see you on board. Tyler Lidicote, Cole Taylor, Winnie Wright, Billy Buttermore, and A.J. Peterson. Tom Chorsky and Chris Long are on board. The who's who of the Twin Cities media joining us here tonight. Thank you, guys. Chipped up into the center ice area. Mortensen is watched on the play. Ethan Peterson steered aside. That's going to be Newbeck. Nice job off the end boards to find some time and space. Now Draghi works it rink wide. Sarsland with it. Over the near side. Mikan, nice job to gain the line. The Breck transfer having an impact here at the Red Knights in the first 3 games. Looking very good. The big 6'4" frame on display. Dardis behind the net. That's Grant Dardis, the brother of goaltender Ben. Rink wide it goes. Callahan. Loose puck. Nice job. Good battle. Wolfsfeld. He's had a great game. Wearing number 38 listed on the roster as 4. For those of you at home wondering what's going on there, they changed the sweater here tonight. Now Mortensen plays back in behind. Mikan takes from Sarsland to the line. Calmly plays that one in deep. Behind the net, nice job to elude the defense there. That was Dardis with another fine play. Thompson jammed, the back right into the glass. How's she going there? Doggett, bothered by Bassan, who moves his feet. We're under 5 minutes to go here in the third now at 4:56. Next week, the game of the week will be at the Stillwater Rec Center. It'll feature White Bear Lake and Stillwater. Can't wait to bring that one into your living rooms. That's going to be a dandy.
That's my end of town.
Less of a drive for you. Across the center and played in deep. Owen Harrod is there. Nice pass. Off some gear. Duxon. Now it's going to be gathered in by Marshall. Doesn't like what he sees, and the stick was there as Biersdorf makes the play. Sent in off the netting, and will take it outside off the stick of Tony Newbeck of Mahtomedi.
Well, you've seen Zephyrs try and dump this puck in a few times here, and right now they're not carrying it in very successfully. So you got to dump and chase that. You have a lot of speed. The lineup has a lot of speed. You got to find some way to get into the below the circle area and start going to work, because right now, the Red Knights have done a very good job of just being big, controlling the puck, controlling the play. And that line back out there, I love this line, boy, for the Red Knights. Mortensen centering Mikan and Ellings. I like that Ellings kid. Oh man, he's a beast out there.
So for the Red Knights, they got a 1A and a 1B for their top lines, and what I've noticed is they've been putting the gear line out from time to time against the Mets line and having no problem with putting them out there and allowing them to go to work.
Yeah, a lot of trust out there, and this line seems to get a lion's share of the opportunities so far in this game, because they have that size without question.
Now it's Mortensen, Mikan in front. That one misses the mark. Adam Johnson looks ahead. Knocked off the stick and played back in behind. J.D. Metz is there. Now it's Ellings to play ahead. Races into the corner. Nice job to open up there.
A little bit of a hook there. Ellings, kind of a smart play there. Chipped the puck by the defender, Newbeck, and he tried to outleg him.
That would have been a full-on can opener.
Well,
right?
Yeah, you'd have gone water skiing all the way down the boards, but he kind of got a little bit of a tug on the hip, got away with it.
Back at center now, Risto with it with his new stick after he broke it earlier in the period. Gearin, whoops. He's going to play it to himself off the end boards as he'll be forced to regroup. Here comes the forecheck now from Draghi. Gearin to center. Risto, nice job. He comes away with it. Rister. Say that 5 times fast. Back off the corner they go with it. And now it's picked up by the defensive Draghi through center. Red Knights, great posture to protect. And behind the net it goes. Yakish gathers, rolling puck, 2:46 to go. Doggett will play in deep for the Zephyrs. We'll keep our eye on Dardis as he was starting to move a little bit.
Threatening.
2.5
minutes left. We've seen coaches do worse than that.
I call it the Patty Waugh pull.
Yeah, that's like a 4-minute-er, isn't it?
Yep, exactly. Behind the net it goes. And again to the far side, Callahan is there. Dardis stays in to the line. There's a wrist shot that misses the mark. Quick foot race to the near boards. Played behind. That was Beersdorf with it. And they'll shovel this one to center. The Zephyrs regroup over to the near side. Dardis will try to muscle it down the wall. That's knocked down to the stick with Adam Johnson. Ooh, he's going to call that a high stick. Or is that offside? Offside.
So this will. This is the first time the Zephyrs in a while have controlled the puck in the offensive zone. Probably give their coach a little bit more confidence to get that goaltender out of there, but he's sticking with them in there right now.
Jeff Polschel not taking his time out here at this stage of the game. Going to wait a little bit later if he needs it. Brenner with it. Now it's Peterson. It would make sense with these ones out here for him. Then he'd take it after the next whistle if they don't get anything. Back at center, Doggett quickly off the boards. Gathered in by Brunner to center. Spun around is Marshall. Been really impressed with Ethan Peterson's game. Metz as well. Peterson, look out. In front. Oh, good defensive play there. Knocked away by the Red Knight defense. Conley to center. Marshall, nifty move. Turned aside by Brunner. He caught himself offside, did Marshall, but we're back to center. That's off a stick. Conley, now Marshall. Nice job to regroup and control. Nice quick hands there. Stays on it to the near side. Bassan deflects in deep. And now it's going to be Brunner behind with 1:07 to go in the period. Brunner around the boards. On it's going to be Johnson. Flips at the center. Sarsman says, I'll throw that right back at you. The Pez dispenser on display. Back in behind now. It's going to be Brunner. Throws it back through center. It's going to be Yakish to gather. Off the near boards. Mikan plays it left wing. Ellings from center. No, they say he did not have the checkered. Oh, tough play there for the Red Knights. That's a good call. Back down to their zone we go.
Well, it's interesting how many times you see something like that late in a hockey game when you least want it to happen. But that's where you have, that's the details. Those are the details of the game. You make that little play, you get the red line, you make sure you dump it in. But now this sets up a pulled goaltender situation, an extra man, need a goal with about 43 seconds left. The timeout probably called by Mahtomedi. But you know, I guess if you get away from this, if the Red Knights get away from this and nothing happens, then you kind of chalk it up as experience. It's the kind of experience you don't want to chalk it up to if this costs them.
Well, you know, we've seen stranger things happen already this high school year. We saw at St. Louis Park, Edina go back and forth in their game to open the season, and then Park has the 4-3 lead. I think Edina with about 17 seconds left. Ties it at 4, and it goes in the books as a tie. And stranger things have happened, but it's all about the face-off right here for sure in possession.
Yep. No question.
You know, how many times have you seen this where you have goalie pulled, offensive zone face-off, you don't get a clean win, and then the other team chips the glass, maybe wins a battle and finds the empty net?
Yeah. Well, you have to be on that puck. Win or lose, you have to have your wingers, or your wingers have to come into play a lot here. I mean, it's not just the centerman's job to win the face-off. You got to look at it as your entire line that has to win that face-off, and that means the wingers have to win their battles as well.
And not, you know, I mean, there's so many subtle things off a draw that you have to do as a winger that people often overlook.
Well, I mean,
and you can't interfere the guy.
There's no
You
hold-ups.
know,
You can't hold up, but you know, you have to be aggressive on that puck. You have to read the play pretty quickly. You have to know what you're going to do. Win the draw, where you're going. Lose the draw, where you're going.
The Red Knights cheating a bit off the draw there as they move them back. 43 to go. Face off, kick back. There's the big win for the Zephyrs. They're going to play it behind the net. Peterson through the slot area. Up high it goes. Dardis with it now. He'll walk to the top. His shot was blocked. Callahan, the defenseman, playing up high. What a job by him. Red Knights scrambling back into their defensive positions, but the puck goes to center, and it's going to be Adam Johnson to wind it back up with 19. Metz Nice feed off across the line. Now it's going to be Duxon in front. Limesand reaches down with the glove and hangs on. Another face-off in the D zone for the Red Knights.
Yeah,
Again.
Good freeze by the goaltender there, and going to let that go into the corner and kind of roll the dice from the 12 seconds. But he throws it up there, gives his team a chance to throw some different guys out there if they wanted.
Mets will draw in against Bassan. And it's Mets with a draw. Dardis loads it up, shoots, deflects wide of the mark. Scramble, 4 seconds. Oh, where's it? Goaltender's out of the net. Oh, my word, up front. And that one goes through the slot area.
They had a chance. Oh, did they ever have a chance? I mean, that first shot from the point by Dardis just missed that top corner. And then they kind of slapped away at it. They did not get it to go, but a very good effort, I thought, by the Zephyrs to not lay down. They were down 3-0. They made it 3-2, and they actually put pressure on late in the game. So that's you know, you lose the game, which is terrible, but you build a little bit of a character, and you tell yourself that you got to bury some of them a little bit earlier in the game, which they did have chances.
They do, and you know what? The Mahtomedi Zephyrs did the stick tap for the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights, as the Red Knights kind of forgot that part of the handshake. But that's what we do these days now. So anyway, the ceremonial stick taps occur. Final score on our first ever Hockey Night Minnesota presented by Tradition Companies reads: the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights 3, the Mahtomedi Zephyrs 2. Mike, it was a blast. Can't wait to do it again next week.
Let's do it.
We'll be back on the air. I believe it's next Thursday. From Stillwater, the Ponies, Greg Zannon's edition, taking on Tim Sager's White Bear Bears. For our entire crew here, Matt Harrington, Todd Grover, John Sands, and Mike Greenlay, I'm Pete Wagner. So long.